You know what would be really cool? If, well, I don't know. If the GoFundMe is having problems getting their money, maybe they could buy a few people on their side and make a sizable donation to the homeless shelters that are lying about them down here. Oh my God, I got carpal tunnel from holding a phone. I'm gonna need to go and get me some surgery, and they're gonna be like, "What happened to you?" Yeah, I've been in so many of them that it's hard to remember which one it was. I thought it had bigger, wider windows. I had my doubts, but anyhow, I'm glad we know where it is now, because I'll probably walk by it and be able to show you the right building. Whoa! And I almost threw my damn phone in the bush. Whew. Peace, love, and unity. That's right. All right, guys, I literally cannot hold this phone up anymore. So I'm gonna let it go while there's nothing to really point it at. I'd love to chat with you. Maybe someday soon we'll do a nice comfy indoor stream. Maybe even tonight, actually. If I end up getting a hotel, give Tickler a place to crash for the night. We might do a Q&A there. Get to know each other a little bit better. If not, we'll do it again soon. And I will pay full attention to the chat, answer your questions, see what you got to say. And, pardon me?
I am.
Oh yeah, what? Is there more to that?
I mean, oh yeah.
Just oh yeah, freedom?
Oh yeah. Good day. It's like some good dessert. It's got cheesecake. Fucking delicious.
Where did you have that?
Lava.
Cheesecake at Loblaws. Was it expensive?
No, it was just like $2. It's like a single.
Oh really? Like a slice?
Oh.
You look like you really enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, it's one of those like aphrodisiacs. He's like,
Cheesecake aphrodisiac, no way.
yeah.
Oh shit. So now I understand why you're walking around saying, oh yeah. I'm a big fan of the cheesecake myself, don't you know? And every time I have one, I'm like, oh yeah. Especially after smoking some good weed. Nothing gives the munchies.
Like it almost knocks on your ass. It's so good.
Yeah, for sure. So what are you up to tonight, bro? You heading down there to the convoy or heading home or?
Support those guys. I'm very happy that they're doing that. I'm very supportive, and it could care less about how much noise they make.
Do you live down here?
Closer,
Yeah? Oh, I'm only asking you because people are saying that the locals in the area are being disturbed by the noise, but I used to live down here.
Propaganda. It's cool.
I know, bro. I know.
They stop beeping around 8 o'clock. Like, look, right now they're not beeping, right?
I know. I can't hear anything, actually. I used to live on Charlotte right here, Briere.
This is a loud area during the day anyways.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit extra beeping is not going to make or break anything.
I'm in full support of the truckers, too. I am a trucker, and I've been down here for days documenting everything because the media is lying, right? So I'm trying to document everything that's true.
You want to document some really good stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
How about the fact that this fucking country is essentially turning into North Korea?
Oh, I agree.
It's all a big front. Half of these buildings, nobody lives in.
Yeah,
They keep on building these huge infrastructures for these payouts that they're taking underneath the table. These
kickbacks.
These kickbacks. These politicians are getting these huge kickbacks, and it's the name of the game. Everybody knows that it's been like that since fucking day one.
Yeah.
So they get these big kickbacks, and they just keep on continuously building these huge high rises, all of these real estate that, honestly, I'll give you an example. I can show you buildings during the daytime. The building they send people to park in the building's parking lot.
Yeah.
At a certain time of night, the whole building is empty.
Yeah.
Every night of the week.
Oh, I know, for sure.
Multiple buildings throughout the city, and not only that, it's like, okay, so how else are they making money? How else are they making money? hardest part is to make money.
Taxes, theft of taxes, and investments.
And who's got all the money?
They do.
Right. So they build all this fucking infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking construction guys, the mob guys, make all this money.
Yeah.
They get the kickback.
Yeah.
And then they turn around when they crash the economy, they make us all broke, so none of us can afford any of this shit.
Yeah.
So it makes it look like, oh, well, maybe they're not selling because nobody can afford it. No. You built it knowing damn well you had a plan and strategy set in place.
Yeah.
And part of this plan and strategy is to crash the economy, drain people's bank accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Get to the point where they're so like they're so desperate. Like, anyways, we're desperate. We're starving. We're broke. Our money's gonna be worth nothing. And then what happens is, just like in the States when the housing market crashed,
Yeah.
this is gonna happen here too. They jacked up the prices of all these of all this real estate.
Yeah.
And really, I don't see the value in it. And
No, neither do I.
And now, because there's all kinds of extra housing, like there's all kinds of, and they got homeless people. I'm kind of jumping from one subject to the next.
No, it's all good, bro.
They have homeless people, and how could you have homeless people? Look around you, dude. Where's all the people? We see there's 1 million people in Ottawa. The only places that actually have people living in them are fucking subsidized, fucking low-income housing.
Yeah.
But look, if you go around to like the more richer neighborhoods, okay, look.
Oh, I know. None of the lights are on.
None of the lights are on.
I know. That's what I've been telling my stream. I'm like, listen, people don't live down here.
No.
Not down there.
And the media cannot talk about it because they're coerced by whatever powers be.
Yep.
And sorry, once again I'm jumping from topic. But and then now they're on the media saying the community's against this protest.
I know. They're crazy. That's why I love that you stopped and let us know what's really going on.
Yeah, and they're not giving us any good information. And you can see, I checked into these buildings.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. Nobody lives in them, dude. And there's maybe 2 or 3 people live in them. And there's beautiful buildings, and they keep on building them. And it's like, okay, another building is being built. But what about, like, the fact that, okay, there's not even 1 million people here.
I know. I don't know.
They
like,
say
why
there's 1 million people in Ottawa. There's not 1 million people.
There's way too many houses and buildings and stuff that are not
many.
being used. They got a whole village, man. Like, they got 2 of them, actually. There's one up by the airport where they built a military housing community. The whole friggin' place is empty. Then they had another one out there where they put up Christmas lights and you could do a drive-through. Like, why don't they let people live there?
Man, exactly.
Let the homeless
I'll give you another
live
good
there.
example of something. And I should have mentioned a couple other things, but here's another one, man. Okay, there's a place in Preston, it's right in front of the Owl High School. There's this whole housing complex.
Yeah.
And this housing complex, it was subsidized. It was like low income
Yeah.
housing. It's a pretty decent place.
Yep.
It's right in the corner.
I know exactly where it is, brother. I went to that high school a few times.
Yes. Okay.
And I worked the Italian festival there, right across from those
And
houses.
it's a beautiful neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And those low income, I guarantee you, if you had a place there and you were low income, you wouldn't want to leave, for one.
Yeah.
So now what they did is I went there, suddenly out of nowhere, everybody had just disappeared.
Yeah, they're all boarded up.
Unaccounted for. And you know what? I did some investigating.
Yeah.
And during my I looked into all these houses, and they were also full of the furniture. Nobody took their furniture.
Oh, really?
They left their furniture behind. And I read you couldn't get it in the regular media. You couldn't get any good newspapers. But I found like one of like the smaller like moms and pops newspapers. I don't know how to really say that.
Yeah, the local community papers.
Like local community kind of like the free press kind of.
Yeah.
and they were talking about it, and they said the same thing I said, and I took my friend out there and I showed him, and he was like, wow, he couldn't believe it either.
Yeah.
And there was a couple lingers. It was really weird. There was a couple lingers, and they wouldn't answer the door. I tried knocking, but then all that furniture got thrown in the garbage.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually going up there in the morning because I went and delivered some stuff up there not long ago, and they had scooters laying all over the ground. That was when I seen the whole neighborhood boarded up, and I was like, why is this boarded up? What in the world? So I'm going to be going there to look to rent one of those rental scooters in the morning. I'm going to look for the furniture in the houses still.
And it, like, if that media outlet, which usually has pretty good information, they had no idea why or who or where anybody went. Nobody knows. And I even seen spray painted on the walls. Where did these people go? That's
Really?
a really eerie feeling, bro.
Oh shit, that is.
And then they got drones following us everywhere.
Yeah.
They're just now stopping night. Maybe it's because of foggy night.
Yeah.
But
I recorded them yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a big ass drone too. It looked like it was at least 4 feet wide.
They're high tech. They're high.
Oh yeah, it looked big.
Drones, man. And apparently, I caught a news article about it. They did admit that they have like I think 200 or something these drones, the military drones, flying around monitoring.
Yeah.
They didn't say what they were doing, why, or anything. But I feel like there's constantly like a couple of them, and it's scary because I should live in fear that there's fucking drones following me everywhere.
No.
And I feel like there's always one following.
Yeah, well, there damn well could be because I seen it for myself in the sky yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyhow, brother, I gotta go and I'll have to go and pick someone up, but I really appreciate talking to you. And I'm glad that you support what's going on down here.
I had a bunch of other, thank you, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, I had a few other things that I thought were interesting points out. I maybe would have wanted to. Like,
oh, really?
Hear what you had to say.
Okay, well, let's do it. All right, I'm just gonna switch over here so I can lean for a second. I've been walking for days and I'm
and I tried to get
freaking
into
hurting.
the archives. I tried to get into the archives to get in any good information, any good literature, right?
Yep.
Because all the good literature is in the archives. Our internet is garbage. I go on the internet. I try to find any good information. You can't find anything.
I know.
I go look for this subsidized income that they're doing. Do you know about the subsidized income in some cities?
No.
So what they said is a test run. They were doing.
Oh, for basic income support.
Yeah, they were testing this.
Yeah.
What they're doing in some countries, and if you don't make if you make more than $40,000 then you don't qualify for this income support. It's a minimal income or whatever. I forget the name.
Minimal basic income.
Yeah.
Where they give you
like
a
subsidy,
certain.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's quite a chunk of money. It's like $40,000.
Yeah.
But if you go online, you can't get really any good information about it. They don't really want you to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same. If people think that okay, they're giving us serve,
Yeah.
and they're doing us a favor. No, they're not.
No.
It's going back to them in taxes, and it's just like the subsidized income program.
Yeah.
The same, I think it's the same concept. And then they're making people be in fear of collecting the money, which they have the right to.
Yeah.
And they keep changing the law,
Yep.
the whatever, the regulation.
The qualifications to get it.
Regulations to get it. And how can you do that? Like how can you change it from one day to the next? And I bet you if you look deep into the law, or you look deep into your rights, we all have that right for that money, and there's no fucking way in hell that they could put you in jail or even charge you.
Yeah.
We're probably all eligible for it, and they're just lying.
Oh, I agree. We should have all been eligible for it. When that started, everything shut down. Everything.
I think we are. I got it. I don't know, man. How do you give it to people so easily, and then all of a sudden make it harder and harder? What's your reason for that?
Uh,
What would be
I
that
don't have a
reason?
good reason for it. You know, in the first sense, if it was okay for you to get it, nothing really changed other than they spent a lot of money in the first round. You know, but you're still the same person. Why change the regulations and make it? I know people that it became impossible for them to get it.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
and it's gonna come down to the bottom line is that it's gonna be a ghost town soon enough, and I'm so glad that people are opening up their businesses and fighting back,
yeah.
because there's no way in hell that these guys are gonna have to pay these hefty fines that they're gonna try to dish out to these small business owners. But what we need is a pack of lawyers that are actually on Canada's side and the citizens' side, and not just these paid goons that are the best lawyers that are just like dummies. Sorry, like
That's all right.
not dummies, but they're you know what's the word I'm looking for? They're just lawyers hired by the government
Yeah.
to represent. It's like internal, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like they're biased. They're with the government.
They're
They're
working
getting
with the
paid by the
government.
government. They don't have our interest. We need lawyers who are willing to work for free for our
Right.
interest
And the government's gonna.
and their interest.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. I get distracted easily, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot going around, on around me, and I get pretty passionate about it. But that's exactly it. Like you said, man, they're gonna hire these lawyers, and they're looking out for. They're gonna say that they're looking out for our interests. They're not. They're really just gonna sell us out.
Yeah.
And if you want to start talking about real issues, how about the fact that I've been to jail and I've been through court, and I personally have paid a lawyer, and I know for a fact that he went and brought that money to the fucking crown attorney, and he got my charges dropped.
All
I
right.
had criminal charges. I give him $5,000 legal aid underneath the table. I give him $5,000 underneath the table, and he turns around. He like 3 months later or whatever, 2 months later, and he calls me. He says, "Man, I got your charges. They're gone. Don't worry about them. It's taken care of."
Yeah.
I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no, like obviously I could believe it, because I know since day one, it's the crown attorney has been getting, are all getting paid off, and the judges are all getting paid off. And sure enough, he calls me. He says, "Don't worry about it. You have nothing to worry about." I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I had to confirm. Like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's been like, didn't even. There was no word that he used that described like what happened. He didn't say he got thrown in court. He didn't say he got disappeared. He was able to word it in that way, and I can't even think about it now. That was just like, yeah, just don't worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
it's taken care of. Like, and it shows you that money is the only thing. Or sorry, if you have money, then you can just buy anybody off in this country.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's not. I'm not telling anybody anything that they don't know. But how come we all know this and nobody's fucking doing anything to fucking change it?
We're doing something now, brother.
No, we're not though. Like,
We're
are
just
we really
getting
gonna take down the
started.
courts?
We're just getting started. Do you see those people down there?
Yeah.
That's the beginning of the revolution.
Okay, but what's
We're
the
starting
next
with
step?
this. The next step is exactly what you said. We get these videos out there. We inspire lawyers
We
to
need
be
good
like,
lawyers.
you know what? There's a lot of Canadian, the whole world's coming together actually right now. And we're inspiring people from other countries. We're inspiring all kinds of people. So now when they see these videos and they see you talking, maybe that will inspire one of them to get some of
Can
their
walk across the street right now.
co-workers together there and maybe represent us.
I could do this with you all day, bro.
Brother, my feet are
Look at this
done.
building.
Yeah.
How many lights are on that building? 3?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. 3 lights.
Whatever.
I don't even know what time it is though.
And another weird thing is, have you ever noticed a lot of these buildings downtown? If you look at the infrastructure, if you look inside of the buildings, the roofs are collapsing and stuff, and nobody works in these these buildings, these office buildings, and you can see, you know, those white tiles on top of the roof.
Yep.
I'm looking in the building, and for some reason, all the lights are on these buildings at nighttime. Nobody's been in there for months, man. Why are the lights
crazy.
all on?
Totally
To
crazy.
make it look like there's something happening in there, and then you can see clearly that all like those tiles in the roof are starting to fall down, and these buildings are in fairly good condition. Like when you look on from the outside, they look like there isn't any problems with them.
Oh,
But-
shoot.
But
I
then
got
when you
my
see
chat
these
telling me
tiles
that
falling
I'm
down,
late.
eh?
I gotta go pick someone up.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you stopping to talk, bro.
Hey, if you're doing a documentary, then do you wanna do me a favor and
What?
and go okay in the core of like where the World Exchange Plaza is?
Yeah.
Go take some footage of these buildings. When I told you how the tiles are all falling down and all the windows,
Yeah.
if you ever notice, the windows don't really line up. Their buildings are built like it doesn't make sense the way these buildings are built. It's like are they being condemned? Because they're not. The way they're falling apart, it looks like they should be being condemned. But to tell you the truth, on the outside of the building, they look almost perfectly like in mid condition.
Yeah. Anyhow, bro, I hope I see you tomorrow down there. And loud and proud, screaming for freedom, inspiring
I
people,
wanted to ask
supporting
you,
our
what's
truckers.
what's our next step for the truckers after this?
There is no next step. We just stay till we get our way.
So we get our way.
Yeah.
No, we have to, man, we have to use our, okay, I think this is a fucking genius thing to do.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. But I think the next step has to, like, we have to come with a better strategy, man. Because beeping horns isn't really gonna get, because soon they're gonna start enforcing they're gonna just,
There's a $10 million GoFundMe that they're willing to use to pay any fines for noise bylaws, I'm sure.
it's bullshit. I can't believe they're gonna even find anybody, but
know.
eventually they're gonna shut down these roads, you know?
Yeah, they're gonna definitely try, but I don't think they can do anything.
And
They don't have enough tow trucks, so they can't tow them.
I don't know if they care though. Eventually these guys are gonna run out of money and run out of energy, and
They're not. They're being
Oh.
replaced. The truckers only stay for like a day or two, and then
Yeah.
they get replaced from what I've seen. There's new trucks coming and going, logging trucks, lumber trucks that aren't there anymore. And they're doing like a rotating shift. They're not going to get tired, and they got crazy support down there.
They do. It's awesome. And who organizes the shift change kind of?
They're well organized. You have to go on Facebook to see, but they're definitely organized. Anyhow, bro, I
One
still
more
gotta
thing,
walk
one
up
more
to
thing.
Vanier Parkway to pick up my vehicle.
I won't keep you. One more thing. I want you to do me another favor. Go
Okay.
and look at all of the new buildings they're building,
Yeah.
and look at all the cranes. They got all these cranes and all these construction sites where they're not doing anything, and the cranes don't even make sense where they're located all over the city. They're not even doing anything, and the position they're located in, it doesn't even like physiographically, it doesn't make sense for it to be in those positions.
No, I agree. Definitely. I'm actually gonna look for some on my way
Can you
home
do that?
tonight.
Yeah,
I'm going to.
yeah.
Thanks a lot, brother. Have a great night. Well, I pissed him off by walking away. Oh well. Oh. No fist bump for me. He wanted my phone number and to go out on a cheesecake date. Yeah. No, that was not drunk. That was if I had to guess, I would say probably meth. I'm really not sure though. I have absolutely no experience with meth. But whatever he was on is something I have not seen people enjoying before. Oh my God, he just killed my legs. I can't stop, man. He was high as, you know what? High as a giraffe's ass. But he was a very polite, trying to be well-spoken person. So I felt kind of bad. He looked like he needed someone to talk to, and there was clearly some drug use and possibility of being touched a wee bit. By touched, I mean like not all there, you know. Anyhow, I didn't really want to be mean with him. I'm sorry that I had to make you sit through that longer, but my family when I was growing up were a lot of foster parents for children who had Down syndrome and mental issues and stuff. So I have more patience for them than most people do. Not that that's what that guy was, but I just have a soft spot for people who need to talk. But I tried to give him that for a minute, and then I realized that he was on something, and holy shit, it was hard to walk away. I felt guilty, and the whole time I'm just like, dude, oh my god. Don't get hit by a car. I'm really gonna